Good afternoon. Welcome to the forecast discussion for June 26, 2014. It's currently 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and we have a wonderful day out there. We are going to be dodging a few isolated showers later on this afternoon. Key word there is isolated. Notice the winds. They're from the north and from the northwest at around 5 to 15 miles per hour. Humidity is a lot lower today. You could feel it in the air where it's not oppressive. Yes, it's getting warm out there, but definitely not that oppressive heat where it feels like it's in the mid 90s. You have temperatures in the mid 70s over the northern interior, a few lower 70s mixed in there, upper 70s to lower 80s in the New York City metropolitan area and in the Philadelphia metropolitan area. Temperatures this afternoon, as we get a little bit more sunshine, will rise into the mid to upper 80s. Now, in the New York City metropolitan area, look for more of a high around 85, 86 degrees. In the Philadelphia metropolitan area, the model guidance is suggesting a high of around 89. Honestly, I'd be more surprised to see it getting that high. More likely will be around 87, 86 degrees by this afternoon, especially with all this cloud cover hanging around. But the key reason why the models are suggesting high temperatures around 89 degrees is that you have winds coming from the northwest that's downsloping off the Appalachians that should enhance temperatures this afternoon. However, with all the cloud cover still in place over the region, you can see a lot of overcast skies in and around northeastern Pennsylvania, for example. It's really going to limit the potential for high temperatures this afternoon. As far as the latest surface observations, you can see our cold front is just off the coast, and as a result, you're seeing this northwesterly wind and a few of these disturbances, these little waves of low pressure that is basically moving right along this cold front here. And what we're going to see is that the northern mid-Atlantic for today and tomorrow will be in between these waves of low pressure and this high pressure system that will migrate towards New England over the next 48 hours. And so as a result, when we take a look at the radar here, you see these little showers here, right here around the Mohawk River Valley, right around Albany, over here over the Great Lakes and starting to move in towards northeastern Pennsylvania. These isolated showers will remain a threat from about 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. today and tomorrow. I don't expect any severe weather out of these showers or thunderstorms, but they'll be more of a nuisance. Rain for about 30 minutes or so, and then it's out of your hair. But the best potential for this really is going to be over the northern interior, northeastern Pennsylvania, northern New Jersey, Connecticut, the Hudson River Valley. I think as you head down towards Philadelphia, coastal New Jersey, Long Island, the threat for these showers will be even more isolated. In fact, most of these locations will remain completely dry with tranquil weather conditions. So again, something to keep in the back of your mind, not a washout, but a bit of a nuisance if you have any outdoor plans. On the infrared satellite picture, you can see here very clearly, skies are clearing out here very slowly, but you can also see some of these low clouds here lingering around. And when we zoom in on the location here, let's zoom in on this. You can see some of these low clouds really hanging around here over portions of Pennsylvania and New Jersey. And so I think with those low clouds, it's going to limit the high temperatures for the Philadelphia metro more towards the mid 80s rather than the upper 80s this afternoon. The good news is that you can see with the cold front pushing off the coast here, all your best lifting and dynamics are well out into the Atlantic. So again, an isolated shot of a shower, but not anything really significant in nature. And as far as the reasoning for those isolated showers, you have sinking air here, but it's also cold air aloft. And so you have temperatures around let's say 85 degrees, becomes just enough unstable to produce one of those pop-up showers. Other than that, really, not much really going on. No threat for severe weather whatsoever today, tomorrow, Saturday, or Sunday. In fact, for this upcoming weekend, with this trough starting to shift more towards the Atlantic and the Canadian Maritimes, you're going to end up with a nice northwesterly flow aloft, and that's going to mean high pressure and control, tranquil weather conditions for this weekend once again, and high temperatures in the lower to mid 80s. So let's take a look at the latest model guidance using the Penn State EWOL website and the European model guidance. Now we're going to go all the way out to the 4th of July weekend because I want to make a couple of points here. That way, because I've gotten some emails about a potential storm around 4th of July. And I want to calm some fears here. Now, for today, again, high pressure slowly building in. You got this weak wave of low pressure hanging around, an isolated shower or two, temperatures in the mid 80s for the most part throughout the region. For tomorrow, high pressure will be moving right over the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. Again, can't rule out an isolated shower, but for the most part, dry conditions are expected. Low temperatures in the mid to upper 60s, high temperatures in the lower to mid 80s. For Saturday and Sunday, high pressure will be shifting off the coast. Look for a southwesterly wind to take hold. For the most part, dry conditions. Can't rule out an isolated shower in the afternoon, but for the most part, everyone should remain pretty much dry. It's going to be a very nice weekend with temperatures in the lower to mid 60s for lows, a few upper 50s in the northern interior, and lower to mid 80s for highs on Saturday and Sunday. Low humidity too. We're talking about dew points in the 50s here. So really it's going to be a very nice, comfortable weekend on the way. Now notice our trough out here in the northwestern Atlantic is starting to reload and reset. And you see a couple of these upper level lows, one around Greenland and another one in the central, into the plains of Canada here and the northern plains of the United States. And that's going to lead to a ridge building up the coast. And what that's going to allow us to see is much warmer weather conditions for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Key point here. The model guidance is becoming aggressive once again with the idea of widespread 90s, especially for Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm not that aggressive with this forecast just yet because we've seen this a couple of times where it forecasts several days of temperatures in the lower to mid 90s and really you end up with just one day. So what I'm going to do is pinpoint the best potential for the hottest conditions. Monday and Tuesday, I think we're seeing temperatures basically in the mid to upper 80s for highs, low temperatures in the upper 60s to lower 70s, scattered cloud cover for the most part, and with that increasing humidity and higher temperatures, there will be a threat for a few scattered showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Now on Wednesday, that's when we're going to have the strongest southwesterly wind ahead of an advancing cold front. So I think if you're going to see the hottest temperatures, depending on the timing of this cold front, later in the evening, more likely on Wednesday we'll see those high temperatures push into the upper 80s to lower 90s in the Delaware River Valley and mid to upper 80s in the New York City metropolitan area with humidity rather high. We're going to have low temperatures in the lower to mid 70s. So the humidity is going to be high, your temperatures are going to be around 90. It's going to feel more like mid to upper 90s on Wednesday afternoon. So that's our one day that we're going to see some rather uncomfortable heat. Then the bottom drops out. A deep trough locks into the northern Mid-Atlantic just in time for the 4th of July weekend. So here we have that very powerful cold front moving through Wednesday night into Thursday morning with widespread showers and thunderstorms. That cold front exits, and for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of next week, we have a trough locked in over the northern Mid-Atlantic. Now, this depiction here on the European model guidance is a bit aggressive. This is not a tropical low pressure system. I want to make that very clear. This is a cold core low pressure system. It almost looks like something that comes out, that develops during the winter. Very unusual. So I took a look at all the model guidance, including the ensemble European guidance, and there's really not much support for this type of solution. What I do suspect, moving in for the 4th of July weekend, is that this cold front moves through, our temperatures fall off into the upper 70s to lower 80s for highs, and we'll be at the threat for a few widely scattered showers and thunderstorms as a cold front stalls out off the New Jersey coast and you get a couple waves of low pressure moving in and out. Not a washout for the 4th of July weekend, but certainly no temperatures around 90 degrees, that is for sure, with this deep trough in place and 850 millibar temperatures falling off into a range that would support mid to upper 70s, but I'm going a little bit warmer considering the time of year and the scenario of this upper level low and this surface low likely being overdone and overplayed by the model guidance. So if you have plans for the 4th of July weekend, I know everyone's starting to get ready for that. expect cooler weather conditions in place for the 4th of July weekend and some unsettled weather conditions. But the way our weekends have been going, we might be able to eke out here with that cold front moving just far enough off the East Coast to only produce some scattered cloud cover and only an isolated threat for showers. So we'll keep an eye on it. That is your forecast discussion for today. Of course, I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. Follow the latest weather information at nynjpaweather.com and nynjpaweather on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, and LinkedIn. Have a wonderful day, and as always, stay safe out there.